Welcome, yogis. Today we'll do something just a little bit different. And that is, we will get into our legs and our seat. We'll start in a standing position, feet hips distance apart. Just long enough to collect our thoughts, to come into center, and of course to find our breath. Let your breathing be full. And next time you exhale, exhale fully enough to feel your lower lock engage. Pelvic floor all the way into the abdominal wall. You want to maintain some of that firmness in the ab wall and the lower lock, even as you breathe freely through your chest for this practice. So we're going to start with feet a little wider than hips distance apart. I'm just going to get a bit warm. So you'll take your right knee up to your left elbow, and then step it right back to where it was. Then left knee to right elbow, step it back to where it was. Let's embrace the element of balance today, because that is what targets the outer hips and a little bit of the seat. Okay. It's up to us to find our breath for this practice. It's certainly going to be non-traditional. And still, the breath is as full as ever. If your balance is off, take heart. No big deal. This just means you found a little pocket of place where you can continue to build strength. Or maybe you have a good day or an off day. I know I do. We'll do a couple more each side. One more each side. Good, and then step your feet just even wider than that. Okay. You're going to point the toes out about 45 degrees and put a bend in your knees, a lot like goddess. In fact, we'll take our goddess arms right into cactus. On an exhale, tip over to your left, set that forearm down, reach across your ear, and then the inhale, come through center, gaze up. Exhale, other side, same idea. Keep the knees nice and wide. And then when you stand up through center, come all the way up. Squeeze your seat as you look up. And we'll start it again. Bend the knees out wide. Send the left elbow down, right arm across your ear. Through center, gaze up. Tip to the other side. Stay low, knees very wide. Back through center, straighten legs, squeeze the seat. And re-bend the knees. Take your goddess, tip to the left. And now we can stay in motion. You get both sides. After both sides, through center, stand tall, squeeze the seat. Let's keep it going. Inhaling at center. Exhaling in the side body stretch. Inhaling as you neutralize and squeeze the seat. Start it all over again. Could you lose yourself to movement and get so in the breath that you almost forget what the body's doing? Through center. Twice more each side. Can we invite a little burn today? Center, other side, through center, straight legs, squeeze the butt, and then exhale, release your arms. Let's get a little stretch in it. So you parallel your feet, bring them about hips distance apart. Soften your knees, take your hands to your thighs and send your seat out behind you. Then slowly straighten through the legs, keep the spine really long. And then send the seat over to the right. Probably want to bend the right knee to make that happen. Try to breathe to your outer hip. And then other side, bend the left knee, send your seat to the left, breathe to where the opening is. Through center, straighten both legs, flat in the back. And on an exhale, take your arms up to cactus, like goalposts. On an inhale, sweep them out in front of you. And then an exhale, bring them back. Okay, just 5 more like that. Reach forward, back to 90 degrees. Reach forward, back to 90 degrees. The seat's got to work to suspend you in place right now. A few more. 2 more. Of course, you're working the back too. 1 more. And come all the way up to stand. Squeeze the seat at the top. And then find your Tadasana. Let's make our way to the top of the mat. Feet are hips distance apart. So be a little balanced sequence. We've got to open our minds to the wobble a little bit. Embrace it. Take your hands to prayer. Send the left knee wide. You're going to bend your right knee and take it into figure 4. It's just going to amount to an exhale. We're doing it for the stretch and the activation of the right side seat. As you stand up, lift the left knee, reach your arms up. And then you'll step back for just a little lunge, like you're going to tap the left knee down, but it never has to touch. Or maybe it does. It's up to you. And then stand up again, figure 4, exhaling low. Inhale, stand tall, lift the left knee with you. And then exhale, step back just a little bit. Take it nice and low. And an inhale. Exhale, figure 4. Flex the left foot. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, step behind. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, figure 4. Inhale, stand up, knee comes with you. Exhale, step behind. Tiny little lunge, get low. We got just 1 more after this. Inhaling. Exhale, figure 4, get low. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, step behind, get low. Inhale, stand up. And now we'll step the feet hips distance apart, finding your Tadasanas. Connect to center. Inviting heat this practice. We'll transfer weight to the left, send the right knee wide. As you're ready, left knee bends, you're going to cross right ankle over, hands to prayer. Take it nice and low. Good long exhale, flexing the right foot. Inhale, stand up tall, lift the right knee up, reach. Exhale, step behind, just a little ways, a nice tight little lunge. The knee taps down or barely touches. Inhale to stand up. Exhale, lower down, figure 4. Inhale, reaching up, knee comes up. Exhale, step behind, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, low, figure 4. Inhale, stand up, knee lifts. Exhale, step behind, nice and low. Inhale, creating lift. Exhale, get low on the perch. Inhale, reach up, knee up. Exhale, step behind. Just as soon as it burns, we're starting to switch the page. 1 more though, come on up. Exhale, figure 4. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, step behind. This is the last one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, low, figure 4. Inhale, stand up tall, knee comes up with you. And then exhale, step it out to mountain pose. Take a second. Find your center, find your breath. And take the hands to the waist. Tip yourself forward. Stay long through the spine. And then keep spilling pelvis forward as you slowly lower. Give yourself a little massage behind the sits bones, all around them. Invite some heat, invite some opening. And then dangle the arms. Let's give it time. Let the seat stretch. And let the spine stretch too. Come on, the fingertips get long. And then exhale, step yourself into all fours. We'll change it up. So as you're on all fours, you want your hips to be relatively square and even with each other, but you're gonna send one knee, say left knee, out to the side. Notice it's tough to get your knee as high as your hip, but that's what you're looking to do. The left hip's gonna wanna start hiking up on you, but you correct that, you recalibrate, you just do your best with even hips. We're going to create like rainbows out to the side. So the knee comes forward, paints a rainbow out behind, and comes forward, paints a rainbow. Stay in motion just like this. Belly stays strong. You got 9 more. 7. Let the outer seat burn. 5. 3. And 1. Set the knee down, send the knee behind the left wrist. Slide the right leg back, giving yourself pigeon. You can even stuff cushion underneath there, but tip your body over to the right. Lean over onto the right elbow, wrap the left arm behind you, or you could even take your left thumb into this hip crease and encourage that hip down. Looking for a stretch away from the outer seat. Big breaths there. And then come on back to center, slide the back knee in, come back to all fours. Again, setting up with hips square, the belly stays strong and lifted. Send your right knee out to the side, just take a peek at it. What would it take to get the knee as high as the hip? Okay, get strong again in the abdomen, stay even in your hips, and then send the knee forward and back, like you're painting a rainbow out to the side there. Stay in motion with it, keep remembering the belly. We got 9 more. 7. 4. 2. And 1. Set the knee down and then behind the right wrist. Set the left leg back. Take a second. Get a little even. Stuff cushion under the right seat if you could use it. And then tip over to the left. If possible, you get that left elbow all the way down and then wrap the right arm behind you so you're really leaning away from that right side seat. If you want more, take that right thumb into the hip crease and press that hip and seat down toward the ground. Make some room and direct breath there. Come on, up to hands. Scoot the back knee in. Set the right knee beside it. You're back on all fours. Let's keep going, getting into the glutes. Send your left leg up and bend that knee like you're stepping on the ceiling. Even out through the hips, nice and strong in the belly, and you're gonna kick the ceiling 12 times. That's 2, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Strong belly. 3, 2, 1. Send that knee behind the right knee. Spread your feet wide and send the seat back like you're approximating shoelace pose, and your hips may or may not reach. It doesn't really matter. We're just looking for the satisfying stretch through the sides of the seat and into the low back. Let's breathe. Roll forward and then unwind at the legs and take your second side. Send the right leg behind and up and bend through the knee. Get strong in the abdomen, and then like you could touch the ceiling, you'll lift and stay in motion. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send this knee behind the left knee, split the feet, send the seat back, reach forward, breathe. And come on to all fours once again. Let's stay right about here, but you're going to extend the left leg long behind you. Get strong in the belly, keep even in the hips, even a little tuck through the tail, because you don't want to be back bending and using your back for this. You really want to isolate the glutes. So you'll lift the leg to about parallel, okay? Connect to the thighs and glutes there. And then you're going to lift up and over to the right, and then up and over to the left. Up and over to the right. Up and over to the left. You have 10 more. Three, 2, 1. Back through center. This time, bend that left knee, circle it up into the sides, step this foot outside left hand. Take a second, let your hips sink forward. But that's not where we'll stay. We're going to tuck the back toes and step that foot in, straighten through both legs. You might want to come up onto some blocks to make this work. Step in a little bit closer than normal, so you're only about 2 feet apart. And it may feel best to come onto left heel, though that's a very personal choice. I'm going to fold forward first. And you might choose to stay there, but if you're looking for a little more, walk your body, your torso, your arms way over to the left. So really getting in to this outer hip if we can. You might even feel that at the right side waist. Let's breathe. Keep allowing the neck to release. Walk your hands just nice and close to that right foot. That right hand should still be outside the foot if possible. If it's not possible, take it back inside if you need that for stability. Send the left hip back behind, send your chest and heart forward, and then create a twist. The left arm reaches up toward the sky, and here too, we're just looking to stretch that outer seat. Breathe to it. On both heels if you can be, actually the whole of both feet. exhale, bow. Look forward and step back into all fours. Stay pretty long through the spine if you can be. Extend the right leg behind. Tuck the tail just enough to feel, especially the low belly, even though your ab wall gets everywhere there in the torso. We'll hover that leg. Okay, isolate muscle at the hamstring and the seat. And then you lift up and over to the left, up and over to the right. Stay strong in the belly, up and over to the left. Tuck the tail a bit, up and over to the right. You got 10 more. Both sides are 1. 9. You might feel it at both sides of the seat. One more. Back through center. Knee bend. Circle it wide and up and outside that right hand. Send the hips forward just for a moment. Tuck the back toes. Step in. Nice and close, actually. About 2 feet apart. And we'll start with just a forward fold. You might have blocks under your hands at this point. It might feel good to come up onto the right heel only as you bow. Neck nice and loose. And this could be enough, or you walk this over to the right torso and hands, but the feet and legs are firmly in place as you fold. Back through center. Keep that left hand to the outside of the foot if that's possible. Ground firmly through feet. Send the right hip back, your chest and crown forward. Nice long in the spine. And then revolving over to the right. So the right arm reaches up. Let's breathe. It's like you're trying to reach that right outer hip away from your crown and the other way around. Get extra long through that line. Long in the breathing. Or complete. Get a good inhale. And then an exhale. Bow one more time. Peek forward. And step to the top. Flat back. Fold forward. You can wrap your arms around your legs. Even sway a little left and right. And get what you can. Right around the seat. Hands to shins, let's lengthen. Exhale, hands to your waist. And inhale, come all the way up to stand. Okay, I'm going to add on to what we had before. We're going to skip the figure 4 balance though. So take your hands to your waist to start. You're going to shift weight to the right foot. Lift the left knee. Step a little ways back. Like you're going to tap the knee down. You may or may not. Just keep the engagement at your legs. But this time, open the arms out. Take a twist to the right. Inhale. And then exhale, step forward. Just like that. Keep it up. Step back, inhale, twisting, arms open. Exhale, come forward, knee lifts. Again. Slow enough to breathe fully, to keep control. Invite the long breaths in. Better to have a nice alignment than to be rushing through. We'll do 2 more. Last one on this side. If you feel a burn, that's good. We'll open it up later. And then step the feet back to hips distance apart. And let's find a center again. Shift weight to the left side. I'm going to lift that right knee. Step back, very small, tight little lunge. Knee taps or almost taps. Keep the engagement at your legs. You'll twist to the left, open your arms out, breathe across the chest. Give yourself time and space to do that. And then exhale, stand forward, knee lifts, maybe the arms pull in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, stand up and balance. Stay in motion. If you feel the burn, you are not alone. Just 2 more. Last one. Step your feet down. Okay. Let's come down onto knees. Gonna get a good stretch again. So this time, take your seat way off to the left of your heels, like you're gonna do Bhadravadra's twist, but it's not quite a twist. We'll do a tilt. So tip over to the right, let your right fingers land, let the left arm reach up and over. But you're gonna wanna start reaching a little bit forward, so it's diagonally forward to the right. See if you can connect the shoulder blade all the way down the back into the upper glute attachment area, down into the glute and side glute. And spend long enough to let the muscles and the fibers either feel like they release or feel like they've sort of just gotten enough from this shape. If we end up moving on and you're still feeling super tight there, you just know it's a good place to revisit later. You deserve to be free in this body. And then back through center. Take your seat up and over to the right. Same thing, start with a tip. The left fingers land, the right arm reaches up and over. Note what happens when you change the angle. Start to reach a little bit farther forward. Get really in tune with what's happening between the shoulder blade especially, down to the back, through the upper attachments of the glute max, and the side waist, and the side glute. Actively reaching through right arm to feel it. Nice big breaths. and then back through center. Extend the legs out in front of you and continue opening through outer seat. Now that we've asked it to work so hard for us, let's start in Tadasana, your diamond shape, soles of the feet together, pretty far away from you. Rock a bit side to side. You want to try to feel like you're on your sitting bones, and then when you tip forward, you want to feel like you've come forward of them. So if that's not happening, that's an indication. Get up onto some pillows or a bolster or blanket. It's worth doing this the right way, because otherwise you overstretch your back. So tipping forward. You might get to a place where you can release your head. Figure out where you can let go. Stay low, but walk yourself 45 degrees over to one side. Use the reach of that middle arm. And through center over to the other side. Reaching through the arm that's close to your feet. Even the shoulder might lift so that you can feel this stretch. Lift towards your ear, that is. And back through center. Well, stay pretty low, like halfway low, as you extend your legs out if possible. Take your feet to hips distance apart, but let your toes flop out to the side on purpose. Rock a little bit left and right, so you're pulling all the fibers into the picture that you can. Send the sitting bones behind you as much as possible, and then fold forward. Note where you're feeling it, and pause where it feels like a good, healthy stretch. Always looking for ways to support and release the neck. You might get creative to do that. Crawl back up to a seated position. And we're going to take our rest. So you can separate your feet as wide as the mat. Lay all the way back for short shavasana after a short practice. Just kind of getting in there, getting it done. Still reaping the benefit. Still turning the gaze inward. Creating a freedom both externally and internally, in body and in heart. Let's be soft now. It's just about a minute. I'll wake you. If you'd like to pause and stay longer, please, of course, do. If you're ready and needing to get up, though, let's bring some movement back. And keep the practice, a part of the practice with us all day. Coming all the way up to seated. Thanks for being here, Yogi. So happy to connect with you in this way. Stay in touch. Be well.